Yes.
Welcome back to another exciting issue of Court of Cowls. This is issue number 22.
Woo.
And today we haven't really caught up on our comic reading, most of us.
Yeah.
So we have a few news items that are going to be coming up, and we're also going to be talking about WrestleMania because it's next week. So we're going to be doing some predictions, and me and Cody are going to be talking about our experience at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas.
Yeah.
So as always, you have Matthew,
Chris,
Mike.
Cody.
August.
and Court is in session.
Woo!
Woo!
First thing of news, Chris.
First thing of news, if I can compose myself here. The biggest thing that's happened in a long time happened yesterday, because it is Sunday. So on Saturday, they unveiled the new trailer for Justice League.
Yeah.
Woo.
Literally the best way to wake up.
True story. You know it. Pretty fantastic. I think this trailer did a lot of stuff right that maybe some of the BVS trailers and some other trailers have done wrong. And it didn't give us everything. It gave us just a nice little smackerel of what to come without, spelling the whole thing out. So,
Yeah. I thought that was a good introduction to it.
Yeah.
We had kind of have an idea. Well, at least I don't really have an idea of who they're up against. I know you do, obviously.
Yes.
But I don't. So it's good for the person who doesn't know everything.
Yeah. We got to see our first glimpse of Commissioner Gordon, looking pretty fantastic. He's left the newspaper business and now he is in law enforcement, so that's good.
Did he go into witness protection?
Who plays him?
J.K. Simmons.
There you go. I couldn't remember his name.
Because he did J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
That's the joke, yeah.
Yeah.
But we got our first look at Mara, Aquaman's lady. Got some actual good Aquaman footage.
Yeah.
And he looks kind of awesome.
Say very hard to come by with that. So
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to make someone look awesome when they've always been terrible.
Yeah. If you're wondering why it's so cold where you are, it's because hell has frozen over and we have a full Aquaman.
Yeah.
How shocking is that?
And the not wearing the gold T-shirt, like
no.
Yeah.
but they made it look cool.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's armor. It's
yeah.
It's really cool
It's
looking
scaly
armor.
fish
So
armor,
yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. And I know this is gonna shock everybody that I'm gonna say this, but Batman looked freaking amazing.
Yeah.
All right, seeing him moving around and just and that giant slow moving mech thing. It's my turn and just mowing him down in the Batmobile.
And he looks like he's scowling more. Like his cowl looks more like a scowl. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. It's like he really does. Like
Corpse scowl.
Yeah. At one point, he says something like near the end of the trailer that it's a working relationship or whatever he says. And I just noticed that his eyes look a little bit more angry.
That's right.
So.
An angry Batman is a good Batman.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
But obviously, conspicuous by his absence was the Big Blue Boy Scout. He's dead, guys. That's why he's not in the trailer.
Yeah. They need a big reveal.
He died.
He's gonna be there.
What?
Well, yes, obviously he's going to be in the movie, but don't show him. Don't show
Say
Doomsday.
if-
Don't show the villain. Just
Yeah.
Let's
Don't
be
give
cool.
away everything.
Yeah.
If Superman doesn't show up,
Or you
Henry
just-
Cavill will just be the biggest troll with all his teasing
Dude,
and
yeah.
like,
I'd be
doing all this
100%
shooting
okay
stuff
with
and
that.
like-
I really don't like Henry Cavill at all.
What?
Yeah. I think he's a boring actor.
I think he looks more the part than anyone else so far.
Yeah, but as an actor, I just think he's so bland and like I didn't like Man of Steel. Well, I liked Man of Steel. Okay, didn't really like him in Batman vs Superman.
I just didn't really.
He didn't really have much to say in Batman vs Superman.
It's like everything I don't like about Superman is it just
Yeah.
he seems just so bland.
Well, is that Henry Cavill's fault or is that the character's fault?
Probably a little.
What do you think, Jim? What do you guys say about that? Huh?
It's strange how hard it is to get Superman over. Like he's just too good for this generation, I think.
That's right. We
Like,
want
too
our heroes
good,
a little
too
dirty,
beatable,
a little,
yeah.
a little in the gray.
I will say my one gripe is Batman saying that, the joke that him saying his power is that he's rich. Because, I don't know, I have a little bit more respect for Batman, and I don't want his power to just be that he has a lot of money. I'd like to think that if he had a penny in the bank account, he'd still be Batman to an extent.
And that's something that's kind of worrying about.
Which you proved in Zero.
A little worrying about it, because I'm afraid that they're going to try to force in humor where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the bad criticism for Batman vs. Superman was that it was too dark and lacked any humor or anything like that. Which, to me, it didn't need it. That's, like, the least of Batman vs. Superman's problems.
Well,
And another gripe I'd have is I don't know if Cyborg was the best move as a character. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore Teen Titans and I adore Cyborg. But just seeing the trailer, looks like the majority of them is going to be like CGI.
Looks like all of them.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have went more practical on his outfit.
Yeah.
I say majority because there are going to be some scenes where the actor is going to have to turn and talk, but I'm worried that at any point when it shows him actually fluently moving, it's just going to be completely CGI.
Yeah.
So there's going to be you're going to see that in comparison if they're cutting from back and forth to back and forth.
yeah.
Well, hopefully they're going to be using good CG.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion, I think Transformers has some of the best CG out there. I think the last good CG from Transformers was Jurassic Park.
I can confirm that there is CG in a Transformers movie.
I think the CG is good in Transformers.
The CG is good, and that's about
The
it.
fact you say anything is good about Transformers makes me sad.
They pull
I
it
enjoyed the
off.
movies.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movies for what they were for entertainment. I can say the same thing about the Resident Evil movie. We had the same conversation about Resident Evil. I liked Resident Evil because it was entertaining, not because it followed a certain storyline, just because it kept me awake. It actually kept me awake.
Yeah.
You can't even tell what's going on in Transformers movie. It's just a jumble of
But that doesn't mean that the CG is
Jagged-
bad.
No, I mean it looks.
The CG is good.
The CG is good. The character design is horrible.
Well, we're not talking about character
Alright.
design. We're talking about CG.
Yeah, we're just talking about the CG
it
itself.
looks real. Like when you see it on
really
screen,
terrible.
it looks...
No, the CG
He's not
is
going to give it
good.
to you. You just got to understand that.
I know.
Well, a CG turd could look amazing, but it's still a turd. Just because it's a good-looking turd doesn't change what it is, and that's the same thing with Transformers. Anyways, we're veering off.
You can
anyways,
say that about any
I'm
CG.
just saying. I'm just saying about Cyborg, the fact that he's completely CGI, that works when it's robots and metal parts and stuff like that. But when it's
You know, a cyborg is half robot. Right?
No, I know, but when we're talking about synthetics and organisms and a moving face, I don't know. For lack of better words, it looks plain. It looks creamy. It's all one.
It looks like the Matrix.
Yeah, it looks like a CGI face.
Fair enough.
You know,
I'm.
they could if they could pull off Kano in the early '90s Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
They could have easily made his face a little bit more practical.
I mean, in the trailer, his face looked a little fake.
Yeah, I mean, it just
didn't
has
look
that
real,
fake quality to it. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, I'm saying something negative.
No, it's fine. I
I 100% get you.
No,
I
you
was
just compared it to Kano from Mortal Kombat, and I
I'm
feel like,
just-
I feel like maybe we need to go back and relook at it because that was just
No, my
like a
my
prosthetic. They were like,
Exactly.
here, anybody got any super glue?
point. That's what I'm saying is they could have. It's 2017. Okay, I'm saying if they could have made he wasn't perfect, but it looked like there was metal under his face, and in the Terminators movie, it looked like. There was metal under his face. I mean, if the practical effects would have aged into 2017, I just think they could do a lot more with practical effects these days than they give themselves credit.
Well, you look at a movie like Mad Max Fury Road. A lot of that was all practical, where they just filled in with a little bit of CGI to enhance. And that's kind of what I was hoping they were going to do with Cyborg, is his costume was going to be more practical effect, and then they would kind of fill it in,
right?
As they needed to. But this looks like,
Just
he's
full-on
going to
CG.
be in a mocap suit.
Yeah.
And then they'll animate him in.
He looks like Jeff Bridges from Tron Legacy.
Yes.
That's mean. I don't
I'm
know
just
what
saying,
Ray
in
Fisher
his face,
thinks, but
he looks CGI, and I really think they could have done a lot more with like practical effects for Cyborg.
I think you're right. I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
I want to see more of it to see if it's good or bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
it could have just been bad, like recording quality from.
Well, it could have been
like an unfinished thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
See, I'm just getting to a point, especially after the Switch came out, where everyone for the longest time said CDs were the way of the future, and now we're back to carts, and
like a push cart.
No,
Like Target cart.
Yes, like a push cart at Target.
He's fixing to get onto you.
I'll say you take the cart and then you just shove it into the switch.
Yes,
that's how it works.
You gotta get a running start.
Well, and I mean, Suicide Squad won an Oscar for costume design.
Yeah.
Killer Croc was completely practical effects. There was no
that's what I'm saying. Is I mean, like it. I'm really getting sick of like just CGI washed movies.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
I'm willing to wait and see if maybe there's not a reason why it is CGI.
Yeah. Being
what the character is. Now, kind of jumping back to what you said a little bit ago, I'm glad Cyborg's in it.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of. Think about this. Cyborg has been with the Justice League, like a founding member of the Justice League since Rebirth, or since New 52, which was back in 2011. Yeah. So, I mean, almost 7 years now, he has been considered a Justice League member instead of a Teen Titans member.
Absolutely,
so I mean, your son has never lived in a world where Cyborg wasn't considered one of the founding members of the Justice League.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So, it's just kind of crazy to think
about.
I mean,
in all honesty, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know what other characters you would put in play that would be as recognizable.
Well, I mean, really, it goes back to Justice League, the cartoon. Because most people that have any knowledge that aren't comic book fans, they know it's, Hot Girl, Jon Stewart, Batman, Flash, Wally West Flash, not Barry Allen Flash, Wally West, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter. So that was the big 7.
But I think Cyborg is the most recognizable of the other characters that are not, at least in the trailer.
I agree. And I mean, Hot Girl's not going to work. I think we got a Green Lantern somewhere.
Yeah.
Is it Jon Stewart? Is it Hal Jordan? Is it Kyle Rayner? Is it Guy Gardner? Is it friggin' Chip? I don't know. But I think, personally, I've liked Cyborg for a while. He's never been my favorite character. I'm not going to pretend that I've been, I've got a room full of Cyborg stuff. But I'm happy to see him finally get some recognition, finally get moved up to the big leagues, out of just being with the Teen Titans. I think he's a pretty cool character. And I think that he is going to be very important to the story. If you've read the New 52 and how he became Cyborg.
Right. I would say it seems like that we saw that in BVS of him becoming Cyborg and seeing what they're fighting in the trailer and everything like that. It just, he's going to be a very key part of the story arc.
So, anyways, we could do an entire issue about
but we got to move on. Sorry.
Yeah. So, a couple other things. We'll blow through these really quick so we don't go over. Death Note trailer on Netflix. Go ahead, August.
Yeah. It got announced a while back ago that Netflix was adapting a live-action Death Note for America, and a lot of the rumors around it were kind of not good. I mean, it sounded like they're gonna take a lot that made Death Note great and rip it out and make it more actiony, which doesn't need to be. And it's just a teaser right now, so you can't get much of it. You don't get any look at Ryuk the Shinigami.
Bless you.
You're welcome. I mean, but from the sounds of it, they've got like a bunch of big name actors in it. They put like. I heard rumors like the series got like over $100 million into the production.
Nice.
So hopefully it'll be good. Obviously it's just a teaser trailer, so we don't know much.
Do we know who's playing the main character?
I honestly forgot.
Some blonde kid?
Some blonde kid, yeah.
Zach Morris?
Yes! He's back, baby!
Alright, yep. Iron Fist came out on Netflix week before last. It's kind of got some pretty mixed reviews. I've only watched through episode 2 or 3. I don't hate it. I think it's good. Okay. I'm going to take the DC high road and not slam it for getting bad reviews. Reviews aren't everything, people. Watch it for yourself.
Yes.
Let's say most of the critic ones have been slamming it, and then the actual
like
fan base is like, yeah, like it's not the best. Like out of the series so far that's been out on Netflix with Marvel, it's on the lower end, but I still enjoy it. Like so it's gotten more positive, but still
the main thing that people complained about that I heard at least was that it was very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Which it was. Yeah. It was slow, but I mean, you look back and Jessica Jones was slow.
Yeah, but Jessica Jones isn't I think like Jessica Jones martial art.
Yeah, well, Jessica Jones had a more intriguing story, though.
Mm-hmm. Jessica Jones was my favorite.
Yeah, Jessica Jones had a better story than Iron Fist is, but it was slower than Iron Fist. And
well, when you think of Iron Fist, you think it should be 12 episodes of just
Kung
the
Fu,
hallway scene from Daredevil.
That's what I was going to say, is that for a Kung Fu martial arts superhero movie, there's a lot of corporate speak and business conversations.
Yeah. I'm only a couple episodes in, but unless this freaking eagle turns out to be like the most important thing in the world, I'm tired of seeing the stupid eagle. I'm tired of the
Black Hawk?
Whatever it is.
The big black hawk.
Talking about in Iron Fist.
Yeah, the bird, the hawk, the eagle, the pigeon, whatever.
It does represent something, and you'll figure it out later.
But not enough. Anyways, I think it's good so far.
There's a bunch of Easter eggs that are wonderful in it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the samurai chick like goes to the underground pit and she says she's her name is the Daughter of Dragons. Like I thought that was pretty cool. The fact that she just met Rosario Dawson's character.
Mm-hmm.
After she did the Daughter of Dragons things. If you keep up with Spider-Man, his alias on his passport, John Anderson, it's a roommate of Spider-Man's, like a very important roommate of Spider-Man's at one point, or not roommate, a neighbor in the apartment complex he lived in during High Times, I believe. But yeah, there's a bunch of like key ingredients, and something I adore is them referring to like the first Avengers movie as the Incident. Like I just love that.
Yeah. I concur.
Yeah, I'm 5 episodes in. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I finished it and I liked it. The ending was a little melodramatic, but I thought it was good. Yeah. Good. It was worthy of watching another season. Hello there.
Ghost Rider just flew by.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Last thing on news, Power Rangers came out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We won't get into a lot of it, but
I can just run to the end of my chin and bark on this episode.
Yeah. Cody, in 3 words, how would you describe Power Rangers?
It's 1.
4 words.
4 words. All right.
Go see it again.
All right, I like it.
Okay, 6 words. Go see it again.
Whatever. That's just.
You see it as one word.
See it again.
I'm a redneck, so that just slurs into it.
I'll say the go counts as 1.
Yeah, it's all hyphenated.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I loved it. It was awesome.
You loved it?
Yeah, it was
You've seen it twice now?
Yeah, seen it twice.
Only twice?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm planning on going seeing it again. The toys are, again, like I've griped about it before, like the actual toys, like the merchandise backing this movie, are kind of crap to Power Rangers quality. Because in the Mighty Morphin days, I feel like they were a little bit more complex, a little bit more detailed. And they've just kind of dropped, and now the movie that I've been wanting for many, many years now, as far as like a Power Rangers movie comes out, and it feels like these toys are like McDonald's toy quality at best.
That's just the world we live in.
I was gonna say, I think that's most toys.
But now the Legacy line, the movie one,
the Legacy line is
exclusive to
incredible.
Toys R Us.
Yeah.
So they've got them, and they're actually pretty cool looking. You build the Zord and all that. It's just
right.
It's strange that Toys R Us
mm-hmm.
has the exclusive to it. But
yeah. I don't like how all the toys are like just flat black and like almost a trim of a character. One of my biggest gripes was that the Megazord, it didn't really seem like made up of the Zords. It was like just a big black warrior with yellow, pink, what have you, trim,
mm-hmm.
And but I mean, seeing it on the big screen, the only gripes I could really give it is One, there's a plot hole that kind of bugs me, but it's
drive
like
a train through.
Yeah. Nice. Oh my God. Yeah. There's a whole thing with the van, but again, it's a side plot at best. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Like, there's this whole thing with the van, and then all of a sudden, like, there's no real repercussions about said van. The pacing of the movie, like, I feel like they needed to slow down at times. Like, just cut a couple things out and just let some emotions, like, sit with you for a little bit. Because there was really no time to, like, really soak everything in. Like, it was... But, you know, true to form, it was, like, a kid's imagination, like an early 90s kid imagination on full-scale, like, acid trip, like, flying at your face. You know?
Look, obviously, this is your baby. This is your Batman.
But
I have to say, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I know you had problems with the pacing, and I know you had first and second problems. Act. Thank you.
They're called falsehoods.
Falsehoods. Okay.
Yeah, because there's nothing wrong with that movie.
It's everything perfect in the world. No, I really like... I mean, looking at it for what it was not nearly as childish as I thought it was going to be, and I expected it to be super hokey.
Yeah. First joke in the movie was very, very teenager.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, I mean, what Kimberly is in detention for is a very, like, current real world like reason why somebody would be in there. And I thought that was kind of cool. It wasn't just, you know...
And they cut out some stuff that just... that aren't contemporary anymore. Like, my brother brought up after me and him saw it, and then I went and saw it with, you know, the court. And my brother brought up that you don't see them, like, they don't get the communicators and they don't get the morphers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we were talking about what if, you know, they only morph when they're in the ship and in the command center. So what if the morphers come later because now they have, like, they can access it remotely.
Yeah, but when that one thing happened, they weren't there.
Very true. They were still in the ship, though.
I thought they were...
They were in the pit.
Yeah, they were in the pit. Yeah.
Okay. And then the communicators watch, you know, he was like, yeah, you never saw him, like, get the little deep, 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 like the communicator. But there's really no... With technology being a thing today, like, that was just supposed to, like, show the advancement of the technology. And, you know, technology is in real life has, you know, surpassed that.
It has. Look, I thought it was a good, like, modern day interpretation of it, and I thought it was really good.
Rita was awesome.
Best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Really?
She was creepy as hell.
She was scary, ripping people's teeth out.
But, I mean, come on. How many freaking people in this city have gold teeth?
Yeah.
How many homeless people have gold teeth? They would have sold those for booze years ago. Let's be honest.
Apparently, Angel Grove has a meth problem.
Yeah.
But no, I had a lot of fun with it. One thing that I loved is the fact that they had to go get the Zords. You know, they're like, all right, let's go get the Zords, and it was just like in a Zord garage. Like, it, you know, I thought that was kind of cool. Like, the Earth didn't open up every single time the T-Rex came out, because that'd be a big problem.
Huge problem.
And
so it was a little upsetting. The pterodactyl didn't fly out of a volcano and then out of the snowy mountains came Mastodon.
Because apparently Angel Grove is like right in the middle of the Mushroom Kingdom, where it's surrounded by a desert, a snowfield. And
yep. Seems about right.
You know, but I had so much fun with this movie. Seeing it a second time, there were parts that actually made me tear up, and from like sadness, there were parts that made me tear up from just a complete and utter joy. There was a couple parts in specific that I didn't think we were ever going to get, and I just got to leave it for you to find out what those things are. But oh my God,
quick question before we move on.
Huh.
What was the dude's name that ran the, like, restaurant they always hung out in? Ernie. So are we saying that Ernie was the detention teacher?
Yeah, right now he is.
All right.
the angstiness. Like, this movie really felt like it was geared specifically towards teenagers because it was all teenage jokes.
Well,
they were all angsty as hell.
Or teenagers.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the sequel will have them like add an actual like restaurant thing like they did in the TV show, and it'll be the Krispy Kreme.
Oh, it'll be
They'll hang out in the Krispy Kreme.
I think you made the joke, Chris. Is like, how much money did Krispy Kreme pay?
Yeah.
To be, for this movie to solely be like, well,
this movie was an ad for Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
I mean,
the light of creation is at Krispy Kreme.
Pretty much so. Yeah.
But
all life flows through Krispy Kreme.
I adored it, and I can't wait to see it again and again.
No, the opening scene, the very beginning, when it's blank and blank, and it's blank, and it was so cool to see what he was, what she was.
A canonical story where there was none before.
And I dig that. I love lore dumps like that.
Yeah.
I love getting behind characters you don't have anything to go with, with the previous material, And I thought that was smart to bring that in.
Yeah.
I think it was smart how they're setting up the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Big gripe for me is there wasn't enough Power Rangers in it. Like, you got, 15 minutes of Power Rangers, maybe. Power Ranger action.
Yeah, actual Power
I mean,
Rangers.
it was definitely an origin story.
And that first fight with the putties was so damn good. It made me like, this is what I remember when I was a kid it looking like.
Yeah, they come flying out of the water and they all land like Power Rangers.
Yeah, just the way
they just go to town for a little bit.
Just the way they fought. And, I was surprised how much the Zords, grew on me.
Yeah.
At first I wasn't a fan of the design, but, after, seeing them in action, it was going.
My only complaint was when they were supposed to be from, how long they had been where they were, and why they looked like they did. Had very modern weaponry, I may be wrong, but I don't remember Gatling guns being around with dinosaurs.
Well,
I wasn't there, so I guess I can't.
The reason why they take the shape of dinosaurs is they said that they were the most powerful beasts. What I had a problem with, there were no mastodons, there were no saber-tooth tigers with
especially
Tyrannosaurus
mastodons
Rex.
with multiple legs, more than four.
You're
So
telling me a
that's a little
mastodon
weird.
was more powerful than a stegosaurus?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And then one of my biggest complaints, and it's a dumb little complaint, but one thing that I've told you guys is if you're a Power Ranger fan, by the time you get the toys, you know how the Zords are put together to become the Megazord, way before you even get the toys, because you've seen the transition and the montage of it transforming so many times, and you don't really get a montage of it turning into the Megazord. That was kind of a big one for me. It's just kind of boom, Megazord.
Well, was it supposed to do that, or was it because of where they had gone? Did it cause them to do that?
Yeah, because there's really no. I noticed that the second time watching it, that everyone was surprised, including Rita.
See, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But
that was
with the show, they started off. They had to have the crystal to operate it as a Megazord or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah, true. Yeah, maybe.
I think just like the communicators and the morphers and stuff like that come the second time, they'll have pieces of it okay, we'll form the Megazord now and stuff. So,
but Goldar looks exactly like the Megazord. So why would is it just a coincidence that, or is it because? Was it almost like the crystal was defending itself, so it turned them into that?
It could have.
That's probably a good point.
But then, how could it okay, this part's going to be controlled by this person, and this part by this person?
Right.
And by the way, that made me think of the Teen Titans Go episode, where Robin's the right leg.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
He
and
just
he's his right leg's all muscular.
Yeah, and
he's all about being the right leg.
Yeah. The right leg breaks off and has a fist and
Yeah.
a sword and stuff. That's totally what I thought of when I watched that. But anyways, Power Rangers.
I love how they look in I'm sorry, if they if one of them was the arm, they'd be in a pod over on the shoulder.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Except Jason, he was just there. I'm in the chat.
He's just hanging out up top.
I don't do anything.
Moral support.
I liked it. It was weird that happened because anytime that I've seen a Megazord, they've all been in the central hub. They're all right next to each other, and it's yeah.
But yeah, and the ice cream man's gonna come, and you're just talking about Power Rangers.
And Mike's gone. So
that's that.
that is half of our time just on breaking news. Shocking.
Whew.
So next weekend is WrestleMania.
Yes, it is.
Okay. We're on the road to WrestleMania. There's no stopping now. No turning back. So, because you guys care so much about what we think that you're listening to this podcast, we're going to quickly run through our predictions for WrestleMania. I have the entire card up to this point in front of me. So
Why don't we make it a game? Why don't you just say the match, and we'll say the name. We'll try to go through it real fast.
All right, here we go.
I'm sure we can do that. Do we want to keep track of who everyone calls and then see who wins?
Fine, 10.
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. Andre the Giant Battle Royal. The only people we know in it so far are Mojo Jojo, Big Show, Kurt Hawkins, and Apollo Crews.
Big Show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Big Show because aren't the rumors his contract's about up anyways?
February, yeah.
Probably.
So I guess that's unanimous for everyone for Big Show then.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, I guess
Who
not
you going
you.
with?
I'm going with Mojo.
Mojo?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm going with Mojo because Big Show's already won.
Oh, has he?
Yeah,
he won the first one.
it.
Crap.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll go with Mojo because I honestly I was thinking like Big Show because he needs to win one, but
Yeah.
I'd be okay with Mojo.
Yeah, I'm staying with Big Show.
I think because Mojo, I think he has gotten better as a solo performer, like with Zack Ryder being gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has gotten better, and I think that is going to help give him the push that it's going to give him the push that Baron Corbin got. You know. But anyway, yeah.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Neville versus A-Double. Austin Aries.
Austin Aries.
Yeah, I think Austin Aries.
The other person.
Mike doesn't really. I think Neville's going to win. Neville's the current champion.
He will retain it.
He's got giant ears.
Mike, your part of it can just be who has the cooler name.
Yeah.
Matt?
I really don't like Austin Aries, so I'm going to go with Neville.
I'm going to go with A-Double. The SmackDown Women Championship, Alexa Bliss versus like every other female.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
I'm gonna say Mickey. Because Mickey's my homegirl and I love that woman. I have never had a crush on a diva more than I have with Mickey.
All right.
Everybody else?
I really like Becky Lynch, but I don't think she's going to win. I think Alexa's going to retain.
Okay.
I've been hearing a lot about Mickey, so I'm gonna go with Mickey. I don't know enough about the women's SmackDown to honestly give an informed opinion on it.
Alexa Bliss, I think, is the best female champion we've had in a long time. I think she's like a fantastic heel and a great worker. But I think Naomi's going to come back and win it. Because the only reason that
surprise.
The only reason she lost it was because she hurt her knee.
Yeah, I can see
so,
that.
Well, and it will be in her hometown, won't it?
Give her WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
I concur, Chris.
Hey, thanks, buddy. All right. Gallows and Anderson versus Sheamus and Cesaro versus Enzo and Big Cass.
Enzo and Big Cass.
Enzo and Big Cass.
Yeah.
Who has the
I think
belt?
it's their time.
The club.
The club, guys.
Oh, guys.
Hang on, come back to me. I'm trying to.
It's got to go out to the
I
ice cream
think-
man.
Maybe Sheamus and Cesaro will win it.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go with the club.
Okay. Good stuff. Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maurice.
I'll go last on this one. So I have a little bit of an explanation for it.
Okay.
Go for it, Cody.
No, I'm gonna. You know what? I want John Cena to go heel so bad, so I kind of want Miz and Maurice to win because Nikki screws up something in the match, and John gets mad at her and like accidentally pushes her or something. So I'm gonna say Miz and Maurice.
That will not happen in a trillion years.
Yeah.
But I would like to see something happen where he turns heel.
No, that would be fun for something to actually happen with Cena, but I
Yeah.
think Cena's. They're
Oh,
just
it's not gonna happen. I just don't.
They're gonna
care
throw
about
it to
the match.
Cena.
Yeah,
So you got to go Cena because always never give up.
yeah, because always never give up.
All right, Matt, what you got?
I think it's going to be Cena and Nikki because they're putting... Maurice and The Miz are doing a big thing about marriage. I think John Cena's going to propose at WrestleMania.
Think so?
I think they're going to win, and then he's going to propose.
Oh yeah.
And be like a legit, like a real proposal.
Yeah.
Not just for show, but I think it's like because they've brought their relationship into the show.
Yeah.
And so I think I think
that's
this
a
is
big
all,
step for John because
I think this is all
so against that for the longest time.
Yeah, but I think this is I think the whole thing of bringing this as a dual tag with male and female. I think it's all John's idea that he pushed to Vince to do.
So he can be propose. Like, Elizabeth,
yeah.
will you marry me? Oh, yeah.
All right. I like that. That would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a huge pop. AJ versus Shane McMahon.
Ooh, that match is going to tear the roof.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be amazing.
I think I'm going to go Shane McMahon. Because he lost last year against Undertaker. I think he's going to come back this year and beat AJ.
I think there's no chance that AJ loses this. It makes no sense.
I want AJ to win so bad. I love AJ. Like, he's my man crush right now.
There's one way for it to work. Because after, the first Raw after WrestleMania is always the biggest and craziest. I think AJ's going to lose it and then show up on Raw the following night.
I can see that.
Because Shane beat him.
Switching sides, and
so Shane beats him. Get the hell out of out of SmackDown, and then Stephanie hires him on, and he, and now he's like in Stephanie's back pocket, and now he goes like super stratosphere with the heel.
Yeah, so now it'll be AJ, Samoa Joe, and
because he cannot get over like being a heel.
Yeah,
like he's done everything short of saying the N-word, and like everyone loves him for it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like he's gonna have to like side with Stephanie McMahon and like be Stephanie's bestie or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, that would be pretty cool. What about you two? You said AJ, Mike.
I think AJ will probably win it.
Okay. All right, Dean versus Baron Corbin for the IC belt.
I really want Dean Ambrose to win, but I think Baron Corbin's going to win because he's been getting a pretty decent push lately. So I think Baron Corbin's going to win.
And Dean has not been around at all.
Well, he did the whole injured thing for 3 weeks, and I mean his story hasn't really been there.
Yeah.
So.
The thing about Dean, I don't think he has to have a championship to have a good story.
Yeah.
Like
because he's legitimately funny.
Yeah. I'm not going to say this as like he's legendary as the Undertaker, but he can be like the Undertaker, where a belt doesn't make him relevant, in the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. Well, with that being said, then I'm going to say Baron Corbin because I'd like to see him with some.
Yeah, I think they're going to push Baron.
Yeah.
He just needs to cut his friggin' hair.
Oh God.
Dang hippie.
I'll side with Dean.
Good job. Somebody's got to. KO versus Y2J.
Can they both win?
I hope friendship conquers all.
I love you.
I really don't like Kevin Owens, so I'm going to go with Jericho. I think Jericho doesn't need the win, but neither does Owens to stay relevant. So I think it doesn't matter who wins, but I think Jericho is going to win because he is the face right now. In this storyline, he's the face.
Well, I'm going to say Jericho and Kevin Owens goes over to SmackDown.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
So you think WrestleMania will be the time when people change?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they're going to
swap. Instead of having like a draft every year sort of thing,
Because Kevin Owens needs to take a step back and AJ Styles needs to take a step forward. So it just makes sense for both of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think...
Because Kevin Owens is fixing to get stagnant, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, Jericho's already looking to take time off after WrestleMania to go on tour with Fozzy. There's no point in keeping the U.S. title on him. Owens needs something because, unfortunately, I think his Universal run was kind of lackluster. Yeah. It was never about him. It was always about him. With him and Jericho, he never had big wins over big names.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs something.
Yeah,
I think he needs to be a vicious heel now. I mean, just a bloodthirsty. He needs to destroy Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And Jericho, I think, is good enough in this business that he can put over a younger talent.
Oh, yeah.
With no question. Mm-hmm. And just, honestly, I think Owens needs to just destroy Jericho. I love Jericho. I love his current gimmick. I think he's been doing this for so long. And he's still good. But
he started in 97?
No, it was earlier than that.
Was it?
Yeah,
Because
it
he
would have
was
been.
what in ECW for a while.
Yeah, he was in ECW when he was Lion. No, he was WCW.
Oh, that's
Then
right.
he went to ECW. Then went back to WCW, and then he went to WWF.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, he's been doing it for so
So
long.
many years, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was in like junior high
When
I
he first started, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was started before I started watching, but that's like when
Yeah,
I.
yeah.
But anyways, I think Owen needs this worse than Jericho does. Owen needs to just be just the worst kind of heel. He needs to destroy Jericho. Just, I mean, so bad that they write him off with Jericho's dead. And he gets carted off and
See,
go from there.
and I like your logic there, but I think they're gonna give it to Jericho to start pushing like Kevin Owens to like build up even more as like give him even more motivation to become this like ultra heel.
Well, they could do a DQ where he beats him so bad that they stop the match, that he just gets a chair and just wallops him or
Get
something.
him bloody.
And then they have to like strip him of the title, and there's like a tournament or a number one contender, something.
Okay, yeah, that.
Whoever wins the match is irrelevant. Owens is the one that walks out the dominant party of the two.
Yeah.
Is totally what I think.
Well done.
The match that is years in the making: Triple H versus Seth freaking Rollins.
I think Seth Rollins wins.
If there was one like surefire on this list, that's Rollins wins. I think this will be match of the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shane and AJ is going to blow the roof off the place. I think Rollins and Triple H blow the doors off.
Yeah.
As
far as wrestling goes, AJ is going to be the one that puts a lot of butts in the seats. Because that dude could wrestle with...
Anybody.
Yeah. He could wrestle with a cup, and he could make that cup look like a badass.
Yeah.
Like, he is such a damn good wrestler. But storyline-wise, talking, intensity, Seth Rollins is so incredibly over. I haven't seen someone this over, and he could easily go Stone Cold status. Which, I mean, like, planets have... I mean, that's not something you just attain. That's planets have to align.
I have been watching wrestling since I was a wee little feller back in the 80s. Took a break for, 10 years, whatever. I've owned one wrestling shirt in my 34 years on this planet, and it's a Seth Rollins shirt.
Yep.
And a Dean Ambrose shirt.
Oh, I do have a Dean Ambrose shirt. Okay, I've bought one shirt. I was given one shirt.
There was one shirt you saw and said, I must have that.
That is true.
And I will say, I have never been, since you brought up shirts, I have never been so into seeing someone's shirt. When he pulled off his jacket and had a Kingslayer shirt.
Dude, I wanted that.
That sold immediately. That was like, shop.com.
I need a Kingslayer shirt.
Yeah.
So, and as dumb as this is, speaking of shirts and stuff, I'm always curious, like, what is Rollins like? What is his attire going to be? Because I think he's got some cool attire. And what made me a Rollins fan was the white attire that he wore back. It reminded me of old school HBK. I don't know why.
Yeah, I
but
can see that.
It looks so sharp. But anyways, what about you guys?
I think Rollins, there's a lot of rumors that Triple H, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, and then some other are going to start a new stable. So I think that's going to set up that.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Rollins as well.
Yeah, sure. Something.
Well, just seeing, like, some of the stuff in the past from the previous, like, pay-per-views that we watched and stuff where, like, Rollins is ready and everything like that. He's like, I'm going to take you down. And Triple H is just like, like, whatever. And I've only ever seen him as, like, manager now and everything like that. Like, I haven't seen him actually go in the ring and wrestle in a while. That he's, like, that's going to be a giant fight, but Rollins will come out on top.
I think you are correct. Taker versus Reigns.
Everybody loses, I think, on that one.
They both just get a heart attack.
I think this is going to be the last try to give Reigns a push. Unfortunately, I think Reigns is going to win.
Vince McMahon has got to.
As terrible as it is, I honestly believe that Reigns is going to... I really don't want him to, but I'm trying to go for numbers here. And if I think I'm going to win this, I think Reigns, unfortunately, is going to win.
I unfortunately think you're right.
Yeah.
If there was any way, just real quick, to make Reigns a heel, this is it.
Oh, if he wins, that place is gonna boo him out.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, like throwing toilet
they're
paper.
gonna need a security like all around him.
Yeah.
See, I know I've already gone one this way, but I think Taker wins by DQ. I think Reigns goes heel. The only way that this could make any sense would be if Reigns... Because Reigns is not going to come out of face. If he beats Undertaker clean, nobody's going to cheer him. Nobody's going to be like, yay, you beat The Undertaker. Yeah. The roof's going to come off in a, like, we hate you, you're the worst ever. So I really think that I think Reigns turns heel in this match and takes Taker out with a chair, with something, some sort of DQ.
Yeah.
Or something happens.
I think it's inevitable. Like, the second he started feuding with Taker, he got more boos than ever. Like, he's honestly, like, I hate to say it, but he's kind of like The Rock back in the day. Like, a lot of people love The Rock now, but there was a time when everyone loved to hate that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was the easiest guy to hate.
That was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's back in the Nation of Domination, like, when he came to power there. Like, everyone just loved to hate him. And I really think Reigns, if he would, like I've said it for a while now, all he would have to do, it's a powder keg for him. All he'd have to do is flip off the audience. Complete visceral turn. What I think is going to happen, because I have a little idea that was said by in one of the promos that Reigns cut, is he said something about, he's like, how do you know I'm not going to be the one? He said to Shawn Michaels, he said, how do you know I'm not going to be the one to retire the dead man? So that put an idea in my head of, like, what if, just last minute, like, he keeps talking about retiring Undertaker, and next year we have a rematch of this, and Taker puts his retirement on the line.
Yeah.
And, like, that's our last match.
Yeah.
Or that Reigns ends up beating him because Undertaker underestimated him, and now it's like a grudge match. I don't know who's going to win, but, I don't... I've said it a lot, like, every time Taker has had a match, that if Taker's going to lose one day and retire on a WrestleMania match, I hope, but it's not going to be to whoever his opponent is. Like, it's not going to be to Randy Orton, it's not going to be to Edge, it's not, like, I've said it every single year that he's fought. I would hate for it to be to Reigns, but it would make sense. It would make him so hated.
No, and I mean, if you really want to get Reigns over, if you want to establish him for the next 10 years, I guess putting him over Taker one way or another is the way to do it. Use Taker to do it. So. Yeah. And I mean, I think Taker's very much at the end of his career.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if this isn't his last match, there's only one or two more in there.
And maybe, we never know, that maybe the agreement to him losing to Reigns in a week from now was, the start of that was he had to lose the streak first. So his loss to Reigns was more viable, more palatable.
We'll see. Mike, who you got?
I'll give it to The Undertaker.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, I know. He's been around since dinosaurs, so.
Much so.
Yeah, seriously.
So,
since
Bray...
Chris's junior year.
Like me?
I love you. I'm a year younger than you, so I can...
Bray Wyatt and Randall Keith Orton.
I really want Bray Wyatt to keep it. I think Bray Wyatt is a perfect champion right now.
So is that who you're choosing?
Yes.
Okay. Gentlemen?
I have a bad feeling that WWE is going to make a bad decision, but I'm going to go with my heart on this one and go with Wyatt.
Good boy. Cody?
Here's something, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Luke Harper is now doing a lot of dark matches and for like NXT and stuff like that, and he's got a new attire.
It's a black wife beater.
It's a black one. So now it's like
it's a black wife beater with white sweat stains instead.
It's a black tank top. Thank you very much. Let's be politically correct here. Because I just found out like last week that wife beater wasn't actually what it's called. I'll be honest there.
Well, whoever you talked to was incredibly incorrect. It's
You're fixing to get told.
Anyway, we'll discuss this later. But whose match?
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. And Luke Harper. I think Luke Harper is going to try to come out and ruin it. Bray is going to continue he's going to win regardless, and it's going to kickstart a feud with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper because they're going to try and make Luke Harper relevant.
Okay.
But I completely agree. Like he's everything I've wanted like a champion to be. Like, dude's amazing on the mic, amazing in the ring. I'm ready for him to take on AJ.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't stand Randy Orton. Never. I don't like him. I don't like his gimmick. I don't like his moveset. I don't like how boring he is in the ring. I feel like they've not even started to do anything with Bray yet with the belt. So taking off of him now would be stupid.
Yep.
So
if you're a fan as long as we have, then you know that how do you make the World Championship belt completely lose momentum and stop dead in its tracks? Give it to Randy Orton.
All right. So next up, Bayley versus Bray Wyatt versus The Big Show versus Giant Gonzalez, or Bayley versus Charlotte versus Nia Jax versus Sasha.
I think Sasha's going to win.
Okay.
Even though I want Bayley to retain because I like Bayley
a
lot more, but I think Sasha's going to get it. And that'll start a feud between Sasha and Bayley.
I'm going to give a prediction because I just don't care at all. I'm going to go with Nia Jax because nobody else is going to pick her.
That would be interesting.
And I'll tell you how much sleep I'm going to lose if she doesn't win.
It's Bayley, Charlotte, Nia Jax, right?
And Sasha Banks.
Sasha. Crap, I don't even know. Yeah. I know it's not going to be Bayley. I think she's going to drop it. Even though I want her to keep it because I like Bayley.
So I just think Bayley does better when she's chasing the title versus when she has the title.
Yeah.
Like, people wanting her to win it, I think is better than when she actually does win it. But
yeah.
Who do you think, Mike? Why August is thinking?
Potato will win.
So
Third
Nia
round.
Jax, okay.
So Nia Jax it is.
That's mean.
Well, that's the potato choice out of here. I mean, why is Nia Jax there? Because
to be a potato.
Yeah, I'm not saying she is a potato.
I couldn't tell you anything about, especially like the female one. So I just someone's gonna win at the third round, 7 minutes in by knockout.
Cody, who do you have?
Man, I don't really care. So
more important is who let the dogs out.
I'm gonna say that one girl.
Okay, Bayley it is.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, Bayley. Bayley's gonna win it.
All right, I forgot my options.
Bayley, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte.
I think Charlotte.
That's good because that was the only one somebody hadn't picked. All right, last but not least, the most unpredictable coin flip match of all time: Daddy Goldberg versus Grandpa.
No,
Lesnar.
I think the real bet here.
So you're keys for tomorrow.
Thanks, sir.
I think the real bet here is how long is this match going to last? Is it going to last over a minute and a half?
I think this is probably going to be at least a 10-minute match.
Really?
I think so. They have to make either star relevant as a champion.
This is the worst build-up to a blockbuster main event that I've ever seen.
Since the last time they wrestled.
Like, you don't think it's going to be a
spear done?
Well, no, I think it's going to be Brock dominating with 5 suplexes and
I don't think so. I think it's going to be spear jackhammer kick out. I think that they're going to reestablish Lesnar's dominance as the beast incarnate and the eater of mountains and the crapper of lightning.
I really, honestly, until I saw Lesnar hit Goldberg with an F5 the other night, I really thought Goldberg had it in his contract that he was not to be touched. You know? This is a terrible build-up. I mean, why would we care about two guys fighting that happen to be huge, but one guy, they've had 2 matches, which Goldberg won, that put them both together, and it's a 5-minute match at best?
If there's 4.5 minutes of build-up, maybe.
Yeah. And we're supposed to care, and yeah, most of the match is just Goldberg walking out to the ring.
Yeah, and I don't understand, like, this, like, you know, I've heard all these commentators like, oh, this is the best thing ever, but it's like, anytime you watch the pay-per-views, you know, they build it up for a month, and then it's just like a 30-second match.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, I'm glad Goldberg came back for the nostalgia factor. It was neat to see him again, but he was never a good wrestler. Okay? Never was he a good wrestler.
Blasphemy.
And he's not gotten any better with age.
Yeah.
I mean, he could kick my ass from here to Walmart and back and probably not break a sweat. He could probably tear me in half like a phone book. I'm not going to say otherwise. I'm just saying there are a lot more deserving people to have that belt than Goldberg.
I really think the stubbornness of Vince McMahon really reared its ugly head, and he would not break from Goldberg being the title holder and being like a big name, and pretty much saw Goldberg in the ring and said, okay, so basically he's just going to have to destroy everyone because he can't work.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I really think happened.
Possibly.
But yeah, I'm going to say it's kind of obvious to me that Lesnar's going to take it, be the champ for a while, and then Goldberg's going to leave.
I think Goldberg's gone after WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think we'll see him again.
Next time we'll see him is next year when he goes into the Hall of Fame, because that's what this is really about.
Yeah.
So,
you know, it would be amazing though. Lesnar wins. Kurt Angle comes out, Angle slams him, and walks away. You want to turn that crowd bananas? You let that happen.
Yeah, I think that's
crap.
the only way you get people to pop on that, because everybody knows what's going to happen.
That would make everyone skip the match, and then word would get around the playground, and then everyone would want to see it.
Yep.
Because I think Kurt Angle versus Lesnar, that is a match to see.
Hell yeah, it is.
So, anyways, is anybody not picking Lesnar?
I think everyone.
I will pick Goldberg.
Mike
just
wins.
despite all of you.
Okay, so those are our WrestleMania predictions. I think Smojo's going to destroy Sami Zayn in the
Probably.
Yeah, and I'd love
pre-show.
Sami Zayn. I'm so sad he's a jobber.
Well, he'll get his one day. He might get a couple days with the U.S. belt, or maybe the cruiserweight title or the women's title or something. And so, what are your predictions? You should go to facebook.com/quartercows and tell us what you think.
Oh, snap.
Boom.
Open invitation.
Plug. So I assume we will probably do a podcast
Post WrestleMania.
post WrestleMania where we talk about what happened, and because we ran long, because that is our number one export from Quarter Cows is
Oh
running
yeah,
long.
let's tell our story real quick. So me and Matt went to WrestleMania 33.
The end.
32.
Yeah. Or was it?
Or was it? So
We're gonna get a selfie shot of both of them when they don't show up Sunday. Like, that's where we're at.
Me and Matt went last year when they were in Dallas. It was awesome, but unfortunately, jurors, that's a story for another time.
Yep.
I think it's for next time when we talk about
We'll talk about results
WrestleMania.
and our experience.
And we'll tell a story.
Results and experience.
I think that'll be good.
I think we just got a title for it too.
Oh yeah.
Results and experience.
I like it. So,
Goodness.
so jurors, what are you looking forward to as far as the Justice League movie, or Iron Fist, or Power Rangers, or WrestleMania? Who do you want to see win? Who do you want to see return the Monday after? Because that in and of itself could be a full issue, because I think we're going to get some good stuff the Monday after.
Yep, the best event in wrestling is WrestleMania, but the second best is usually the Raw right after. So
You know what, though? I think the SmackDown is going to be just as big as Raw.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we could see somebody big come back.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it right now. Hardys show up on
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Ooh, well,
Yeah.
they need it because the tag division is terrible. On
I don't
SmackDown.
know that they're going to go straight for the tag titles. I think Broken Matt
Oh,
Hardy
that's right.
versus
That's right.
Bray
It's gonna be
Wyatt.
too, yeah. Yeah. I can see
Oh
that.
my gosh, I would be
Going right for the
about
title?
that.
That'd be dope.
Crazy weird ass Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
And I'd like to point out that everybody was like, "This is the dumbest gimmick that has ever existed in pro wrestling." And there
he
was a
kept the
dentist for a
faith.
while.
Yeah.
And he has gotten so over. Like, kudos to Matt Hardy. Like,
Yeah. Sticking to
golf
it,
clap.
making it work.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
kept the faith and stayed strong, and
now he's
he
being
got
rewarded.
over
So
in this dumb gimmick.
so dumb.
But it's so over.
It's so dumb. It's good.
Yeah.
But hey, the guy's richer than we'll ever be, and he did something none of us could ever do. So, who are we to judge?
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think that's it for us. Somebody's gonna go pick somebody up from a airplane ride. Airport. So, smells like hot dogs are done. So I think we're gonna go eat some dinner. We do some weird sign language over here. So once again, go to impulsecreations.net and get all your comic books.
Yeah, because we're going to talk about comic books on this
someday.
podcast.
We'll quit teasing them.
Yeah.
We'll start delivering.
But there's so much to talk about. We will
so
dig into
much.
It. Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining us. I don't know how I'm the one that ended up closing this out, but I did. So I'm holding the thing in my hand. As always, I'm Chris.
I'm Mike.
I'm August.
Cody.
And Matthew.
And court is adjourned.
Keep the red phone ringing.